What's up, all my gnarly ones? Happy Mother's Day and welcome to the North American eRacing League's coverage of the NARL Xfinity Series tonight, the LTI Printing 250 at Michigan. We've got quite the race for you guys tonight to celebrate this Mother's Day holiday. Somewhat of a rarity in the North American eRacing League. We don't really race too much on holidays, but why not? Why not one time for all the moms out there? So I'm Gator Mike, as always. Joining me in the booth tonight, I've got a Cup Series regular, playoff hopeful, Final Four driver from last season in the Cup Series. I got TK270. Kelvin, how you doing, bud?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm really looking forward to tonight's race. I feel like it's going to be a good one.
Well, if it was anything like warm-ups, tonight's race is going to be an awesome one to watch. It's going to be can't miss. It's going to be spectacular racing. 2 wide, 3 wide, maybe even 4 wide at times. And if it's anything like last season, boy, do we got some excitement on our hands for tonight. In terms of the field tonight, we've got about 15 drivers, 15 of the best here in the Xfinity Series, including our defending winner of this race, Up the Irons, who is a Truck Series regular for this season. So he's making the jump back up to try to defend his title here tonight. Also in the field, we've got a Cup Series guy you already heard, who was supposed to join me in the booth tonight as an in-race reporter, but he's not here just yet. So let's hold out a little bit of hope and see if he jumps in here in the last second. But right now these guys are in qualifying, so perfect time. Kevin, what kind of layout do we have for our race tonight?
Well, as we go into stage 1 and 2, we've got a split of 14 laps in stage 1, 16 in stage 2, and about a 30-yard dash to the finish with about 18 to 19 laps of fuel.
A 30-yard dash to the finish, fuel window, 18 to 19 laps. So these guys are going to have to make a pit stop in stage 3. Assuming we stay green, they'll have to make a green flag stop. So that could bring strategy into play in this whole thing, which we always enjoy strategy around here. Love talking about it, love doing it. Especially me, myself, love strategy. So excited for that. So I named off a few guys real quick. I named off Up the Irons. I named off You Already Heard. We've got some playoff guys like The Ghost, 0241. We've got OG Infa, Lights Out. Kevin, any drivers you got your eye on here tonight? Maybe your teammate Jagboy?
Not being biased or anything, but of course you always got to throw in the top runner over there at TJR, Jagboy 66821 in that 22 TJR Ford Mustang.
Yep, Jagboy has indeed picked up the most wins this season so far in the Xfinity Series with a total of 4, including last time out at Mid-Ohio where he beat me, which I'm still a little disappointed about. But
it's okay.
But as we are talking and yapping, we've got our in-race reporter joining us now. You already heard. You ready for this action tonight?
You know it, man. You know it.
Well, I mean, I can't really ask you about your setup before the race starts. Don't want to give out too much information, but you got a nice fast hot rod for tonight?
Yeah, I guess. Nothing I'm too confident about, but we'll be all right. Qualified third. Nick with the pole lap by just two hundredths of a second. So we're right there. It's just all about how long the tires can last. So you want to obviously push the issue, but we'll see how we can do in terms of tire conservation.
Well, you already heard it here first. Nick, our Road America winner, is going to be on the pole tonight. So he will be leading the field to green. As we've got an FBGM fan in the booth, in the chat here, Alistair Phillimore. Good evening. Rooting on his FBGM boys, I2 Ballstick for you and LL Pin. So once you get your preset in there, Joe, if you don't mind sending us a couple of invites, one each would be fine. I'm still waiting for Ballistic to send one.
He actually paused it for y'all, but I'll send y'all one as well.
All right. Because there's no streams up right now, so I can't really tell what's going on.
2 and 4.
Oh, no, there we go. Host is now streaming. Perfect. So I'll be able to tune into that. But as we wait to join this lobby, Kevin, you got your eyes on Jagboy tonight. I think I'm gonna go a little bit elsewhere. I think I'm gonna keep my eyes on Lights Out tonight. He has not won yet this season. He is a previous two-time winner here in the Xfinity Series, and I know he's hungry to get back to victory lane. So I'm going to keep an eye out for that 2-car tonight as we watch this race. As we are waiting to be able to load in here, looks like Ballistic was setting up his stream real quick. Let me pull up Hostium's real fast in the 98 TJR Ford. Streaming tonight if you prefer to watch a stream. Looks like we're going to end up with 15 drivers tonight.
Yes, sir. And y'all are good to go to join.
And we are good to go to join. We're going to let You Already Heard get to do his thing. And Kevin and I, we're going to have fun watching. So let's go blue screen here for a minute as we accept this invite. All right, we are joining into the lobby. There's Nick 2357 with the pole lap right there for you guys to check out. We're going to go ahead and join. To the LTI Printing 250, even though it's actually 125 because we run 50% races here, at Michigan International Speedway, a big 2-mile fast oval, which usually provides very good racing across all series on this game. So I'm excited to check this out tonight. Well, Kevin, these guys are fresh off of a road course, so this is quite the difference here as we go to a big fast track again.
And you can probably guarantee that some of these guys are going to be real happy that they're off that road course. Where'd they go? Mid-Ohio?
Mid-Ohio.
And you could probably tell that those guys are really thrilled, or at least some of them are thrilled that they're off that road course for active oval racing. And honestly, I'm also glad that they're back on the oval.
All right, as we are already 3 wide for second place, you saw our pole sitter, Nick, he kind of shuffled out to the back of the field. So we are 3 wide for second. They're back down to 2 wide. Trying to get things tame here early on. No need to rush or push anything. There's our in-race reporter tonight. He is driving a scheme that is inspired by young Colt. He was hoping to get a Mother's Day scheme out there on the track tonight, and we delivered on that 76 custom schemed Chevrolet.
Oh, trouble in the back. The 36 and the 21.
Looks like a couple of our truck drivers called up for tonight. Up the Irons and Charblazer, hometown boy, are around here early on in stage number 1, but we stayed green. That's not going to hurt them too bad. It's a big track, so they got plenty of time to recover and stay on the lead lap before the end of the stage. As we've got the 89 Robster giving Sharp a little bit of a bump for the lead. We're going to push the 5 up the track. We're 3 wide for second place again as the 89 goes to the front. Looking to get a little bit of drafting help from that 76, if you already heard, and that 2 from Lights Out. Get that bottom lane moving. The 89 is going to send it off into turn number 1, try to get a little bit of a gap back to second place. But Kevin, it's kind of hard to get away here. That draft means so much at this track.
It really does, honestly, Gator, because without it, you're a sitting duck and just in the middle of nowhere. As I think Joe's going to make a look into the inside here, but he's going to.
Yeah, that 76 kind of peeked his nose there, let the 89 know he was there, but backed off as it's still a little bit early. Just wanted to show the 89 that he's here to fight tonight. As he's going to look for the lead here in turn number 1. The top 2 are going to wash up the track. That's going to open the door for the 2 car. Ooh, with a little bit of contact. these guys are able to keep it straight. As the 5 of Sharp manages to get through all that contact, and he's now back to the front. So these guys are fighting fast and furious already. Looks like a 5 o'clock traffic jam on I-95. Five of Sharp is clear of this second place battle side by side. You already heard, and Robster 17. Drafting help from the 0-1 of OG Infa. Second place right now in our Xfinity Series standings. Ooh, as the 89 gets a little bit of contact, might have hooked the bumper with the 0-1. It's going to shoot him up the track. He's going to hang on. He's going to hang on to 5th place. We're going to go back here to LD Allen 97 in the 8 car. He's got a good view of all this, running about 8th position. Looking forward at all these guys dicing back and forth, trying to gain some track position here early on in this race. Well, Kevin, I know this is a really wide track. Is there really any preferred lines here? Can you run anywhere? Is bottom going to be dominant? Is top dominant? Middle? Or just doesn't really matter? Depends on how you set up your car.
Well, you can run just about anywhere on this track. It just depends on the type of run that you get out of the corner and going into it. Because if you remember from last season in the Cup Series, I was able to kind of get that middle lane going just a little bit and get a nice run off the corner. So it all depends on the type of entry that you get off this corner.
As you said that, we were on board with the 8 car of LD Allen 97, but he got loose off of turn 2, made some contact with the Ghost and went around. So that's going to take him out of play here in stage number 1. So we're down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cars left here in the front pack. Racing for 5 spots. Let's go back here. Let's go find young Colt here in the 19 car. He had a really good run in the warm-up race. Showed that 19 car, that Menards Toyota, had some speed. These guys are kind of getting all single file here. The 89 looks like he might be lagging a little bit. The 2 cars really checking up behind him. Yeah, it looks like he's got some internet issues, and these guys are scared to run behind him. And I'm going to go ahead and tag him in the chat just to make him aware that his car right now is doing things it probably shouldn't. That way we can try to keep this race clean for you guys, avoid any sort of trouble.
I do believe Lights in the 2 car. He's got the draft of the 22 and the 89. He might be able to make this nice run out into the entry of turn 1 here. Coming out of turn 2, I think he's going to get right up to almost to the bumper of the 89, but that draft's going to really help him out.
Yeah, he looked like he backed up corner number 1, trying to get a run coming off of 2 and a really fast launch down the back stretch, and it seems to have helped a little bit. He's closed in on the top 5. He gets right there near the bumper of the 89 as the 89 looks under the 22 of Jagboy.
Lights is going to follow suit.
As these guys are fighting here for 4th place. Lights is going to look underneath the 89 and thinks better of it. He's going to check up, let the 89 have 4th place. But here he goes, trying to get a run off the bottom, going down the back stretch. He's going to have help.
Not going to do much though.
And he does not clear the 89 car going into 3. So he maintains 5th place as these guys try to draft back up in the top 3 or trying to break away just a little bit. As Sharp Coach O, as we like to call him, because he's got that thick Louisiana accent, is still in the lead of this race. But OG Infa here in second place is not letting him have it easy. He's giving him a run for his money. As you already heard, our in-race reporter looks underneath the 0-1 for second place and is going to take that spot as he closes right up on the bumper of Sharp going into 3. Lets off just a little bit. As I'll get a lap count here next time by.
That was last lap.
Oh, well, there we go. Last lap here, stage number 1. As you already heard, and OG Infa are side by side here for P number 2. As Sharp is loving to see the side-by-side battle here in the end of the stage. That's going to assure him victory here if he can maintain his spot, maintain his line, and his momentum. As he will be able to do so, Sharp's going to come down here, and he's going to take stage number 1, followed by the 0-1 of OGN for the 76, if you already heard, Robster in 4th, and Jagboy going to get that 1 point for 5th place. Final position for points here in stage number 1. Well, as our in-race reporter makes some adjustments to his car, what'd you think of that first stage there, Joe?
Late blocks, but pretty fun. You know, I mean, you gotta make those moves when you're Xfinity regular and everything. So, you know, nothing bad or anything. Didn't like it, but you know, be all right.
As,
regular here.
As we're about to line up here for stage number 2, quick question: how's your car handling so far?
Little loose on the about the middle of a run. Kind of tightens up towards the long end of a run. So hopefully this adjustment here kind of gets it to where it'll eliminate that looseness feeling in the middle of the run.
All right, as we line up here for stage number 2 already, we're gonna let you already heard get back to his driving duties because action here is heavy. It's hot and heavy. It's intense. It's not like mid-Ohio where you can kind of find a spot and cruise. There's guys around you all the time here. As Sharp gets a really good launch here for stage number 2, he's going to maintain P number 1, followed by OG Infa coming through for second place in the 0-1 Flexsteel Chevrolet. Well, we heard it from the driver, Kevin, but what did you see out of stage number 1?
I think stage number 1 went by rather smoothly. It's starting to become a very constant theme around these Xfinity races. Throughout the entire season, these guys have gotten better at being able to hold the line, and it's just very impressive of how much these guys can realize the give and take that this track can get.
Yes, we are 3 wide back here in the middle of the pack. Guys just going everywhere right now. Oh, it looks like we got a little bit of contact. We're going to have a wreck here in the back. 3 or 4 cars go around. Looks like a bumper's hooked. That's going to bring out our first caution for accident tonight. Big wreck involving, it looked like Ballistic. We had LT Allen. Young Colt might have been involved a little bit. 2 or 3 cars went around. Up the irons again in the 36 involved in that accident.
I think what caused that was
going for the same
the
spot.
89. Yeah, I think what caused that caution was the 89 and the 19. They had just caught each other in a bad spot. The 89 was trying to move up in front of the 19 off the back stretch and just kind of got bumper hooked, and it's all.
Everybody going for the same spot there.
Yep.
All right. Well, our first accident tonight. That brought out a caution, so we're going to re-rack them and restart stage number 2 here. These guys got their cars fixed back up. And here we go with You Already Heard leading us to green. This time it looks like we have a little bit of strategy play as Sharp pitted. Looks like 5th on back is pitted and 4th on up has stayed out here in the middle of stage number 2. So you already heard Jagboy, Hostium Hose, and LL Pen stayed out or played a little bit of strategy to gain some track position here. Ooh, so we got some lag.
Sharp.
Had some lag here in the back of the field. That checks up everybody.
I don't know at this point.
21 car of Charblazer, the hometown boy, might be lagging a little bit. As you already heard, still maintains his lead in that bright pink car. You can't miss it. Happy Mother's Day to everybody tuning in. We've got LL Pen and Hostium Host side by side for second place. Looks like LL Pen walked up the track just a little bit. Got into the 98. That's going to allow the 89 of Robster to get them both here going down the front stretch. Goes from fourth to second all in one turn. So it looks like a little bit more contact's being made as the Ghost washes up the track. That's going to collect Pen. Pen's going to hit the wall. He's going to spin it. And that's going to bring out another caution as LL Pen got around in the back.
Never
Caution
easy.
number 2.
Never easy.
All right, well, LL Pen brings out caution number 2 for cause here tonight, as he got put in the wall coming off of turn number 2 and bounced off of it into oncoming traffic. So, oh boy. We're going to have a short dash here to the end of stage number 2.
Yeah, we are.
I think it's only going to be 1 or 2 laps as we round off stage number 2. So this is going to be an interesting finish. Let's see, who do we want to go on board with now?
Final lap.
1 lap dash to the end of stage number 2. You might see some moves being made to all our viewers that probably you wouldn't expect to see made anytime else in the race. As we are 4 wide here for P number 4, 5 wide.
Oh, Joe got a little loose coming out of the corner of turn 2 there. It is going to allow the 0 of
as the Ghost is going to try to pull a slide job here on You Already Heard. You Already Heard is going to cross him over.
Run. I don't think it's going to be enough, though.
It's not going to be enough. The Ghost is going to hold off You Already Heard for P number 1 here in stage number 2. That's 1 playoff point in the bag for the Ghost as they cross side by side. You Already Heard it's going to be in second. OG Info is going to be third. Lights Out is going to be fourth. And it looks like Robster is going to get the 5th and final stage point here in stage 2. So that was some fast and furious action here to finish off that stage. Can we expect kind of the same here in this long final stage, Kevin?
I guess you could probably say that. Probably without a doubt with these next 30-some laps to go. So I don't think it's gonna be a very friendly 30-lap run.
Well,
but hopefully I'm wrong.
Looked like our in-race reporter You Already Heard, and the Ghost had a little bit of contact coming to the end of the stage. But let's see if that gets repaid here as we line up for stage number 3, the final stage, and they are still side by side.
36 and the 21, they are going to be your lead cars.
The 2 Truck Series regulars out front here to begin the final
Followed
stage.
by the 22 and the 8, 0 and the 76, the 01 and the 2 of Lights Out.
As we are 3 wide here. You Already Heard, and the pink car is getting shuffled. Gets a little bit loose off of turn 2, but he keeps it under control. He's going to have his work cut out for him to get back through this field as he goes all the way to the back. So our Cup Series regular.
Let ball stick know he's laggy.
Oh, he's going to give the bumper to the 51.
All right. Ball stick is lagging.
He's around.
Just apologize to Nick.
While this has been going on, Gator, the 22 of Jackboy, he's moved up to the point position.
Yep. All right. Ball stick has been notified that he is lagging, but obviously he's driving right now, so he might not be able to check that at this moment in time.
As Ghost is under the 22.
We're going to cycle back here to the lead because it is side by side, 2 rows deep. As the Ghost looks to shuffle out Jagboy.
They're going to be 3 wide for P3.
All the Flex Seal cars are up here in the top 4 or 5.
Well, one of them isn't in their Flex Seal car tonight, but...
all the JD Motorsports vehicles are up here in the top 5. The 0, the 01, and the 4. Ooh, looks like the 89 clipped the 4 going in the corner, but a great save by Penn and OG to keep those things straight.
They're 3 wide for P4. Probably 5 wide at this point. Nope, they're back to 3.
And here comes You Already Heard from the back of the pack, already back up to 4th place. How did he get through that mess?
Intuition of a Cup driver, Gator. That's all that it is.
These guys are trying to get these guys are trying to get things sorted back out here single file, but about 6 on back here. We got side by side racing, but the front 5 are looking to get single file and check out. Now we are side by side everywhere. Side by side for the lead, 2nd place, 3rd place, everywhere. Looks like the 5-car Sharp used that apron there on the bottom in turn number 1. That's a very dangerous line to use because that apron can get you sideways around this place.
Now he kind of had a little help with that one. The 4 of LL Penn, he kind of dove down there, down to the inside, thought he was clear, but Sharp being there just kind of knocked him down towards the apron. But as you can see, nothing bad ended up coming out of it. But so Sharps gets underneath the 22 for P3.
These guys are not content on just riding around. They are trying to get every position, every lap that they can. As Robster and the Ghost are loving seeing all this fighting behind them, but they just can't check out because of that draft. It means so much. All right, as Alistair Phillimore is in the chat, he thinks if this thing stays green in the final stage, and it's going to be a 2-stop race. Maybe with tires there, but not with fuel. Fuel, they'll only have to pit once for that. As it looks like the leader, Robster, got loose way up there in the front. Oh, as we got some contacts here in the back. Looks like one of the drivers is all the way down through the grass. That's Charblazer. He comes back up in the track. Nobody hits him. He's going to straighten it back up. We are almost 3 wide here up in the front. They were testing it. Robster still leads with the Ghost in the low line there in the 0 car. Oh, Robster hits the wall, gets around. Loose. Big wreck here in the front of the pack. That's going to bring out a caution. These guys are everywhere. Huge wreck. The 89 got loose, hit the wall coming off of turn number 2 and collected the whole field.
Man.
Looks like our in-race reporter's got a good bit of damage from that. Can you give us a report there, Joe?
We're clean. We're clean. It looks bad, but we're clean.
It looks bad here on the stream, but he is clean.
Yeah, it happened after the caution. I don't know, Robster and I guess Jagboy wanted to force the issue there, and I think somebody got tied. I couldn't tell who it was, but Jesus Christ. I got to focus real quick.
All right, as we let our end race reporter get back to it, we're going to go back to green flag racing here after that big wreck. That caution is going to allow Nick, it's going to allow Up the Irons, Charblazer to all get caught back up here to the field. So everybody's still in the race, everybody's still with a chance on the lead lap as we restart here in the final stage. North American eRacing League's Xfinity Series race from Michigan. The LTI printing 125. The action has been great here tonight, so if you're just tuning in, stay with us for the rest of this thing. We're coming down to the end of it. The action's been 2, 3, even 4 wide at times. So we're gonna go find Sharp. Looks like he's on the outside lane here, about 7th place. He ducks back in, finds a spot in the line to pick up that draft from the low line. Looks like the 98 drove it real deep into the corner, gets into the back. A ball stick pushes them up the track. They lose their momentum. They're going to gain it back here coming down the back straightaway. Ooh, that's a 5 car. Looks like he just lagged. I don't know what happened there. That looked... I was on board with him, and he just started doing 360s down the middle of the backstretch.
Yeah,
Gotta make it
that's what
interesting.
that was. Is that caution number 3 or 4?
I think that's caution number 4. Now, it looks like lag is going to bring out caution number 4. And from here, these guys are not going to have to pit under green. If they pit right now, it looks like they'll be able to make it to the end on fuel. So that's going to take a little bit of strategy out of this thing. Unless we get some late race cautions like we did last season. And that'll definitely shuffle some things up.
I always hate seeing all these late race cautions taking away the green flag stops. So I think Nick has actually backed out.
Yeah, I love seeing green flag stops on this game. It definitely opens the door for some good racing and some good strategy. As I don't think Nick has actually backed out. It looks like the PlayStation glitch because there's a gap here in the back of the field.
Yeah, you're right. It's the PlayStation glitch.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the PlayStation glitch.
Charblazer is yet to come down to fill that hole there.
So that big hole you see in the back, Nick's in there somewhere. 704 games, Nick is in there somewhere. Just can't see that 51 car on the track anymore. If we get another caution, I'll back out and come back in, though. We can pick up that 51 car. But while the action's under green, there's no backing out right now because we can't miss any of this. We've got 2 lanes. The inside lane, the outside lane. Looks like the outside lane is starting to fall apart a little bit.
Just got to give him hope. Just got to give him hope a little bit.
As lights out, the 2 car comes to the front of the field.
Yeah, he's out in front. I think he got out in front from that last caution. I don't think he might have. He probably took gas and probably a 2-tire pit stop there.
I must say, though, that Megadeth scheme is one of the best on this entire game. That's just such a good-looking car. These guys are fighting hard in the back. Still 3 and 4 wide here in the back of the field. Looking like a Daytona or a Talladega type race. As the Ghost looks under lights out here for the lead. Followed by You Already Heard here on the inside lane. He gets a little bit loose coming off the corner. Manages to collect it, doesn't lose too much time. Going to lose 1 spot to
there's a big wreck in the back here.
Looks like Robster went around.
19, Robster and Penn, as that'll bring out caution number...
All right, as I'm going to back out of here real quick so we can pick up that 51 car again. So just hang tight there, fellas, while we are under caution. Going to go blue screen, and we are going to try to pick back up that 51 car. Use my second invite that I've gotten. As it seems like lag's been the biggest enemy to this field tonight. The racing's been okay, but the lag is just bad. All right, as we load back in here, hopefully before they go green. Taking a minute to hop back in. But here we go. Great timing as we get back in right as they take the green flag. Looks like I2 Ballstick for you played a little bit of strategy. He's out front in the 11 car. His first lap's led tonight. As they kind of checked up here in second and third place, that's going to allow the 22 of Jagboy to look underneath. Go from the outside to the inside going into turn number 3, and he's going to make the move for the lead on Ballstick. Coming out of turn number 4, looks like we've got some contact in the back again. Not enough to bring out a caution. Nope, there it is. It wasn't enough initially to bring out a caution. All right, as these these guys are really struggling here tonight with internet issues. We're going to line them up, and we're going to have, like, I don't know, about a 5-lap shootout here to the end.
Give or take, Gator.
Give or take. I think I'm gonna take it there, Kevin. I think I'm gonna take it. All right, as we go back under the green flag.
4 to go.
4 to go here in the NARL's Xfinity Series LTI Printing 125 at Michigan International Speedway. 4 to go, Kevin. Are we going to make it back to the checkered flag without another caution, or do you think we're going to see 1 or 2 more?
Well, you know my answer. I sure hope so.
It looks like this 36 car is lagging real bad.
Oh, wow.
He was jumping really bad on my end. I don't know what he looked like on yours, but he's still jumping a little bit.
He jumped back about 2 car lengths, so just a little bit.
All right, as we got 3 to go, the Ghost goes off through the grass here. We're going to have another wreck. Here's going to be an overtime restart here at Michigan.
Who's behind me? They lagged.
Behind you is... looks like the 0-1 of OG Infa, the 2 of Lights Out, and the 36 are going to round out the top 4.
Oh, somebody lagged into me to cause that wreck.
So lag again is going to bring out another caution. So, overtime restart here in the Xfinity Series at Michigan. Just like last season. Gonna have possibly
look at that.
Gonna possibly
36 is in prime position again.
Gonna possibly have a 2-lap shootout here to the checkered flags. The 36 lags off the start. So we've got our in-race reporter you already heard, looking for his first career North American eRacing League Xfinity victory. It's gonna be followed by the 2 of Lights Out in second place. The 36 lags all the way to the back, all the way back to the front. We're not going to get back around.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. The lag in this race has really affected the final stage here. The first stage and a half went by really well and then it kind of went downhill from there here in the final stage.
Yeah. Really gotta wonder when they're gonna realize that lag is causing these issues.
All right. Well, we're going to try one more time here. Overtime restart. These guys are making their final adjustments, final pit stops, possibly. We're going to line up. You already heard still out front. 36
Still NASCAR overtime.
Checks up the outside lane. Lights Out's going to duck back in, just like he did in the previous restart. Here in second place, finds a hole right in front of OG.
Look at how everyone has excluded the 36 out from behind that 36.
Yeah, we were single file there.
Whatsoever.
As we go off into turn number 3, you already heard's maintaining the top spot. Lights Out's looking to size him up here for the lead. As we're going to make it back around here to the white flag. Next flag is going to end this race, whether it be the yellow or the checkered. Are we going to make it one more lap, Kevin?
Well, like you said, next flag's going to end it. Whether it be a nice checkered one or a dumb yellow one.
Oh, as we got a car around in the back. Is that going to bring out the caution? I don't know.
I don't think it will.
It doesn't. We stay green.
We stay green, and Joe's going to come out of here in turn 4, and he is going to win the LTI Printing 125.
He holds off Lights Out. He holds off third place, which was Nick, the Ghost, in fourth, and OG Infa here to take the victory tonight. And you know what? I don't even have to invite anybody to the party. We've got our race winner in here already. You already heard. How did you pull that one off?
Oh, wow.
You survived all the carnage, and here you are on Mother's Day in the pink number 76 Chevrolet in Victory Lane.
Man, just, God, I can't even explain. Shout out Young Colt. He created the scheme. I hope he's not upset that I stole it, but great scheme for tonight. Lag, I hate that it was an issue, but just how the game goes sometimes, man. But damn, I thought Lights Out and Nick were kind of sizing me up to get a run off me, but I don't know what happened. Maybe it kind of faltered, but man, it just worked out perfect for me, man.
Yeah, well, you use strategy there to get back up front. You use a fast car. Pit stops seemed like they fell just your way, and you ended up on the front row for like 2 or 3 restarts in a row, and it kind of just sealed the deal from there. Congratulations on your win. In the booth, obviously, I've got Kevin in here. Kevin, what kind of question you got for our winner tonight?
Well, first off, congratulations, Joe. That pink 76 car looked mighty fast out there for however many green flag laps we did run. My question for you is what is my question for you? You know what? I don't even think I have a question for you.
All right, Kevin doesn't have a question for our race winner tonight.
Okay.
So just congratulations. Actually, no. You know what? No, I do have a question for you.
All right, Kevin's got a question.
Stop the presses, everyone. I have a question. Joe, what do you expect to see tomorrow in tomorrow's Cup race here at Michigan? Probably the same as we saw today, or
anything you can take from your car tonight that you can translate into tomorrow's race?
Turn 2 is still wicked, exit wise. I don't know there's a magical fucking bump there. Sorry, excuse my language. Sorry, but there is a magical bump there.
That's gonna be $1 in the swear jar, as Avenged Flail likes to say.
Now, did somebody hear that beep?
Beep.
There is a bump there on turn 2, but in terms of tomorrow, I mean, not really. Throttle points are kind of different. Obviously, speed-wise, it's a little bit more in Cup, but I think tomorrow would be a little bit more conservative. I think tonight just, Michigan's kind of a super speedway, so to speak, but it's you have to actually have to turn the car to make it go fast. So I think tomorrow will be a little bit more respectful, but I can't talk down to anybody tonight. Everybody had their issues. Heck, I mean I misjudged a corner and I had to pay for it. So it's it's a track. If you don't have draft, hey, you're kind of out of it. So, but for tomorrow, hopefully the draft goes in my favor and we can have that kind of finish again.
Well, you know what happened last season in the Cup Series at Michigan, Joe? Not going to bring that up right now to any further extent, but make sure you guys tune into that stream if you didn't catch it last season. Anyways, once again, congratulations to our winner tonight, our NRace reporter you already heard, on his first career North American eRacing League Xfinity Series victory. And before you sign out of the NASCAR heat tonight, Joe, if you could give me a screenshot of that beautiful 76 car that you drew up for tonight, I would appreciate it so I can put it in a race announcement later.
Will do.
All
Shout out
right.
to my mom, too. Happy Mother's Day.
Yep. Anybody else you want to shout out before you get out of here?
BPM, and that's it.
All right. Shout out to Mom. Shout out to BPM. Let's see if we can't get our runner-up finisher in here tonight. We're going to go blue screen real quick as I try to go find light. Our runner-up finisher in that 2 car. He's the one I had my eye on tonight. And ended up with a runner-up finish. So not too shabby out of that number 2 Megadeth Chevrolet. Let's see if he'll join us real quick before we end the broadcast tonight. All right. While we wait on our second place finisher to get in here, Kevin, racing was good tonight. What else did you see other than lag ruining the final stage?
A bunch of bright spots in the racing tonight. There was a couple good clean passes that were made, a couple not so good clean passes. But all in all, the Xfinity Series, it keeps improving, and that's what people up in the Cup office, that's what they like to see.
Yep, the Xfinity Series, the racing was pretty good tonight. It's unfortunate that lag really affected the final stage because I would have loved to see that play out green flag racing, as always. But we are now joined by our runner-up finisher here tonight, Lights Out. How are you feeling after that P2 run?
I'm feeling pretty good. I wish I would have had a little bit better shot at her there at the end.
Yeah, that was going to be my question to you. What could you have done differently to maybe get a little bit closer or have a little bit better run at her in the final corner there?
Maybe I could have drove it into 2 a little bit harder because I did gain a little bit on him through the corner, but it was, I don't know, something off of 2. He just pulled away from me, so I think I should have drove it in just a little bit harder, maybe let off a little bit sooner.
Right.
Well,
he was definitely fast tonight, had a quick car, but so did you to bring it home in P2. Looks like you had to avoid a lot of the carnage, chaos, and controversy with all this lag going on in the final stage, but you managed to navigate your way through it and come home in second place. So congratulations on your runner-up finish tonight. In the booth with me, I've got TK270 Kelvin. Just like our winner, Kevin, what kind of question you got for our second place driver? Lights Out.
Well, first off, gotta congratulate you on a second place finish. Didn't quite get there to Joe in that final corner, but still a tremendous effort. Really gotta commend you for that. What could you have? What do you think you could have done earlier on in the race to kind of like get yourself into a better position in order to make that move?
Stay up front.
Yeah,
Definitely could have stayed up front. I found myself picking myself through the field at least 4 times. So I could have been more consistent with staying up front.
Well, you managed to get your way back up to the front, which is a good amount of points tonight. Which points right now to you are very valuable as you're fighting to stay above the cutoff line for the playoffs here in the Xfinity Series. And I think you did a pretty good job of that with some stage points and a second place run tonight. So congratulations on that. Before we let you get out of here and do your other things here, is there anybody you want to shout out?
Yeah, all the mothers out there, happy Mother's Day. And my teammates, OG, Ghost, Dalton. Man, it's all fun, dude. We had fun tonight.
All right, there you heard it from our driver of the number 2 Megadeth Chevrolet for Richard Childress Racing. Lights out. Bring it home. Second place tonight. Congratulations. All right, guys.
Have a good night.
Thank you, sir. You too. All right, guys. Here's the end of the broadcast. Kevin, you and me, we're going to be in action tomorrow night. Same track, different cars. Cup Series is going to be in action. So make sure you guys tune in to that. Kevin, what are you looking forward to most in the Cup Series race tomorrow?
I'm going to be looking forward to the high speeds that Michigan International Speedway can bring. Especially, you know what? Joe actually made a pretty good point about that finish last season. I'm going to have to look back at that race because...
Yeah, there were 5 cars under a blanket in the Cup Series and ended up in a thrilling finish as we crossed the white flag, I must say. So,
thrilling? The caution came out in turn 1!
It was a thrilling finish. All right, well, you heard it from Kevin. Tomorrow night, high speeds, fast cars, side-by-side racing, 3 wide, 4 wide. The Cup guys are going to be in action at Michigan International Speedway tomorrow. So
what
make
more
sure,
could you want?
Yeah, what more could you want? So make sure everybody tunes in for that. It's going to be a whale of a race. Before we get off of here, I want to shout out all of the mothers out there, just like our winning driver and our runner-up did. Happy Mother's Day to all you guys. None of us would be here without y'all, and we appreciate everything that you do for us. So happy Mother's Day to you guys. Also, on another note, a more somber note, I want to send my thoughts and prayers out to the family of one of our drivers, Mike Mackey. He's dealing with some things right now, and we want him to know that we're all thinking about him. And I know today is especially difficult for him. So, Mike Mackey, we're all here for you if you need anything. And everybody else, all my gnarly ones out there, for me, myself, Kevin in the booth, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you guys tomorrow night, Cup Series at Michigan. Thanks, guys.